Good afternoon. Hey, my kings and queens, my village. This is your Coach Mo. I'm coming live to you today, as I promised. Today's topic is going to be 9 tips to gain control back once your child has taken over. I've been getting a lot of people asking me about child behavior issues and how to get back in control, things like that. So I'm coming live to give you guys some tips today to help you guys save you from your child or save your child from you hurting them, whichever way you want to put it. But we're definitely going to have a good conversation today, and I'm going to leave you guys with 9 tips. It's okay to admit that sometimes your kids are out of control and you just don't know what to do anymore. I get a lot of parents like, I don't know what to do with this kid anymore. I'm ready to hurt him. So I'm going to save you guys from going to jail. I don't want nobody to be like, hey, writing me letters in jail or messaging me from jail. So I'm going to leave you with these 9 tips. I'm not going to make this a long video. So I'm going to start right now. Don't forget to like and share. But the first one would be to establish and define rules. Some kids act up and they get away with stuff because they don't know what their limit is. They don't know the rules. You didn't make it clear or set clear boundaries with them for them to understand when too far is too far. Some kids will push your buttons and test those limits. So you have to be clear on what you expect of them, what the rules are, so that it can be clear. Number 2, if you are co-parenting or just a parent period, both parents need to have clear understanding of the expectations and the consequences for each action. You guys cannot each have different expectations and be like, one person is like, oh my gosh, they're going to get in trouble for this. And the other person like, no, it's fine. It wasn't bad. Like, you can't do that because kids will play you against each other. Trust me, kids are smart. And they'll be like, well, dad said I can have it, and even though mom said no. So they'll play you against each other. I met a couple recently that said they do this. They're married. Like 98% of my clients are married, where they do that. They're not on the same page with as far as discipline and expectations of their kids. So you do both have to be, or everybody involved in that party have to be on the same page. I talked about that yesterday when I talked about co-parenting. So everybody have to have a clear understanding of what's right, what's wrong, and what the rules are and the consequences, because there have to be consequences to punishment, to those different actions that they try to push you further on. So number 3 is make sure that you create a reinforcement chart for your child. I've talked about this in the past when I talked about consequences when disciplining your child, because I have the ebook 5 Easy Ways to Change Your Child Behavior. I put in the end of the book the rewards board. So I have a board for my son. It's a push pin board. I let him write out things he want to do or gifts or rewards he want on index cards, and we just put them on the board. If he do bad, I pull the ones he want the most off the board, and he have to earn to get it back on. So have a reinforcement board where you know when they're doing good, you know when they're doing bad. So you either put it to the side where they lose that activity, or you add it to they get that one thing per week that they can pick if they did good all week. Number 4, create warnings for the child. I usually give 1 warning. If you give too many warnings, they're going to take advantage. Simple as that. You can't give a child too many options. Otherwise, they will push to the last limit. So definitely create warnings for your child. The 5th one is to make sure the consequences match the behavior. Hey, coach, thanks for tuning in. Don't go beating your kid if all they did was like not clean the room all the way. Like, make sure the consequence match the behavior, because that's not a reason. Like, I don't usually use physical form of discipline unless there's something extreme. If the kid either put their hand on me or something like that. But if it's something like petty, he got an attitude or something, I'm not going to punch him in the mouth or slap him in the mouth or something like that. There's going to be consequences, but it's not going to be extreme like that. Number 6, always follow through. A lot of parents say, oh, I told them this, or they warn them, or they threaten them. Like, if you do that again, we're going home, but they keep going, like they don't turn around and go home. Follow through. Don't lie to them, because then they're going to be like, oh, you're just saying that, and they're not going to take you serious. So definitely, if you threaten to take something away, or you say, if you keep misbehaving, we're not going to do something, don't do it. Make sure you follow through, even though you want to do it, and there's other kids involved. Like, either set that kid to the side and they can't do it, or make them watch everybody else have fun. My mom used to do that. Like, we'll still go, but I'll be the only one that won't get to participate. So definitely make sure you follow through. Number 7, constantly provide your child with positive attention. Don't let your interactions with your child always be negative. You nagging and just bitter, resentful, and always complaining, and everything they do is wrong, because a kid will start to feel that, and they will start to feel like, I never do anything right. They feel like the worst person. It lowers their self-esteem, it lowers their confidence. So try to constantly make positive attention towards your child, because that's important. You want them to be able to be independent. You want them to have that strong self-esteem, that confidence. You don't want to only come to them with negativity. No one wants to be around a negative person, adults or kids. So definitely make it an even balance, or make it more positive than negative. Number 8, always provide choices, or a choice, at least one choice. So with some kids, you can't give too many. I'll give one with 2 choices, like you one or the other. There's no middle gray area. It's either yes or no, or this or that. Because my kid, he's so indecisive. So I can't give him too many choices, because it will be forever for him to make a decision. So always give them no more than 2 choices, but do provide some type of choice. The last one is, if your child don't want to do something that's expected of them, simply state the rules once, and if they don't want to hear it, walk away. Do not sit and argue with a kid, period. So that's the last one. So if they don't want to do what you ask them to do, or what they're supposed to do, simply tell them the rules. They know the consequences, and just walk away. Don't argue with them, because then they know they will have that against you. They're like, oh, all I gotta do is argue, and she's just gonna give in. You know how some kids always will keep asking you, and you get so annoyed you just give in and say, okay, go ahead and do it. Like, no, just walk away so you don't have to hear them. So those are the 9 that I have for you. I hope these are helpful to some people. For those of you who came in late, these are 9 tips to gain control back once your child has taken over. I know a lot of us don't have that issue, but it is a big issue, because a lot of people inbox me about it. So number 1, really quick, was establish and define rules. Number 2, both parents need to be on the same page as far as expectation and consequences for each action. And make sure to create a reinforcement chart with your child. Create warnings for your child, and make sure the consequences match the behavior. Always follow through. Constantly provide your child with positive attention, and always provide choices. Only 2, not more than 2. And if your child don't want to do something that they're expected to do, simply state the rules and walk away. So those are the 9 tips that I have for you guys today, and I thank you guys for tuning in with me tonight. I'm not sure what the next topic is going to be. I have a list. I'll give you guys some options. Maybe I'll do a poll to see what the next topic will be. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and this will be up on my YouTube channel probably by tomorrow. But thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like and share. Hope you have a great night. Bye.